Naruto has pulled out some amazing victories over the years, but there have been plenty of fights he had no business winning. As the character in the series with the highest number of recorded fights, Naruto has more than a few close calls with exceptional opponents. Either using his various ninja skills or through the famous Talk no Jutsu, the shonen protagonist has overcome countless obstacles on his way to becoming the future Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. Despite his power, there are several situations in which Naruto is saved from a crushing defeat seemingly through some odd or unusual method that would have easily killed a side character in the same situation. These victories seem rushed or unearned in cases, with fights only existing to further a character's personal development rather than actual match of fighting power. Here are 10 fights Naruto should never have won.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Before we dive in, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This 1-second action will really help us for making more videos like that. Alright, let's get started.
I'll settle this now as Hokage!
It appears you the one I seek.
Number 10. Naruto vs. Pain. Undoubtedly one of the most intense and exciting fights in Naruto, the ending of the fight is also one of the most potent uses of Talk no Jutsu during the show. Naruto fairly earned his victory against Pain, but then went on a search to find the real Rinnegan bearer, Nagato of the Hidden Rain Village. Upon arriving, he is greeted by both Nagato and Konan. Konan herself could have easily taken Naruto down in his weakened state, especially with a full display of her abilities in her subsequent fights against Obito. Instead of this, Naruto uses the symbology of his name and Jiraiya's importance in both of their lives to bridge the gap with Nagato, convincing him to change his ways at the final moment. Number 9. Naruto vs. Madara. Arguably one of the most tenacious fighters to date in this series, Madara Uchiha earned his place as one of the most fearsome opponents in the Fourth Great Ninja War. Not only did the former Uchiha clan leader take on the bulk of the allied ninja forces, but also went against the combined might of the 5 Kage and the 9-tailed beasts. Once Madara employed the use of the demon statue to seal the tailed beasts and acquire their collective power for himself, Naruto would have fatally lost the battle against the Uchiha. Instead, Sakura kept his heart beating with her own hand and was continuously supported until he could again receive a portion of the 9-tailed chakra again. Number 8. Naruto vs. Neji. One of the many fights that serve to further the storyline and development of characters rather than actual physical might. Neji, after previously defeating Hinata in a vicious fashion, was in need of an attitude adjustment, and Naruto was already displaying his ability to talk his way through tough fights. Neji was coerced to understand that fate isn't something a person is born into. Rather, each person makes their own path in life by actions and behavior. Logically, Neji was a far stronger fighter at this point, and possessed a fully released Bakugan ability that he easily used to defeat another member of his own clan prior to the fight. Someone whose sensory ability and visual prowess being taken out by a simple uppercut from below is a rushed ending to a fight that could have been far more intense for both characters. Number 7. Naruto vs. Kiba. Kiba is a member of the Inuzuka clan, and during the time of the Chunin exams, he had excelled at working with his ninja hound, Akamaru. He was faster, stronger, and more intense of a fighter than Naruto. He had also attained a decent level of mastery over his transformation abilities with Akamaru, which was fully displayed during the fight. Having Naruto win because of a fart that hurt Kiba's senses is a cheap way to win a fight during an exam that measures battle strength. But it allowed Naruto to go on and talk down other opponents in subsequent rounds. Number 6. Naruto vs. Kimimaro. Kimimaro is a usual opponent and deadly considered how early in the series he made his first and only appearance. The ailing servant of Orochimaru is able to manipulate his own bones into weapons, creating a system of attacks with no blind spots and blindingly fast striking ability. Any attack Naruto threw at the ninja was met with a slew of bone spears that quickly exhausted his shadow clone jutsu. A drunken Rock Lee was the only thing keeping Naruto from being defeated, and even then, Lee and Gaara merely had to wait out Kimimaro dying of a pre-existing illness to secure victory. Number 5. This battle was made to establish Naruto entering the realm of Kage-level strength during his fight with the third Hokage. The combat style itself also displayed Naruto's sharp increase in tactical thinking during the fight. Instead of the normal spamming of shadow clones and Rasengan techniques, the protagonist instead attempts to overcome opponents with seamless attack strategies and turn their own strength against them. Although Naruto developed greatly during the Fourth Great Ninja War, this is a fight that wouldn't have been a victory if not for the help of Dodai and the Eight-Tailed Beast. Not only did they tell him how to pierce his defenses, but the two also bought Naruto valuable time to fully work out his scheme to end the fight against the former Hokage. Number 4. Naruto vs Haku. Having a heavyweight match early in the series both allowed Team 7 to establish a social dynamic between characters, as well as hinting at the abilities of the nine-tailed fox within Naruto. Haku clearly had the upper hand and nearly wiped out the majority of the team before Naruto began to access his true power and display the beginnings of his true capabilities. That said, pulling out the Jinchuriki power this early on and in such a fashion was a bit of a cheap shot to end the fight that neither Naruto or Sasuke had any real hope of winning. Number 3. Naruto vs Kaguya. The mother of chakra had a nearly impossible ability to beat during this fight. Even with the help of the rest of his team and Obito, Naruto had to compete against a being that could shift dimensions at will and distort reality to her whim. While that alone should have been impossible to defeat, Naruto was the only one who could even begin to keep up at her pace, and she quickly figured out the deception behind his shadow clones to discover his true hiding place. At that point, she had countless opportunities to launch one of her all-killing ash bones to his heart. Had Obito and the others not countered these attacks on behalf of Naruto, he would have fatally lost the fight against the Otsutsuki. Number 2. Naruto vs Ten Tails Obito. Something that was hinted at during the majority of the Fourth Great Ninja War is that becoming the Ten Tails Jinchuriki was the ultimate power. Having the abilities of the Sage of the Six Paths would make any opponent unbeatable, and yet Obito managed to lose in a match of morals to Naruto. Even with the help of Sasuke, as well as the previous Hokages, Naruto was cornered for much of the fight. Once it was established that he was outmatched, Naruto began a battle of morals with the Uchiha to turn him over to fight alongside his old comrades and remember who he truly was. Number 1. Naruto vs Kabuto. After establishing Kabuto as a high-ranking criminal that managed to evade detection and escape capture by Kakashi, a celebrated ninja among the Leaf Village, his fight with Naruto is something that should be considered unfair. The fight served to display Naruto's new ability, the Rasengan, which would go on to become a staple in fights for Naruto for the rest of the series. Kabuto had been recently holding his own against Tsunade during the fight and had ability to quickly slice through the body, muscles, and tissue to inhibit his opponents from moving. Having Naruto not only be able to move with nothing connecting his muscles and tendons together is astonishing, but then also giving him a random burst of energy enough to construct a Rasengan to end the fight was also only to push the plot along. Had the fight been based purely on skill, Kabuto would have had an easier time shredding the protagonist apart, one muscle at a time. That's all in this video. So guys, what is the most epic battle from this list that left you speechless? Let me know that in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.